What's up, guys? Welcome to the very first installment of The Fantasy Kid. And for our very first week, I am going to be going over the Draftkings cash game lineup that will absolutely win big. Now, for this lineup, we are going to be... I will go over every single player, why I chose them, and why they're good, and yeah, also don't forget to comment down below who you think the best player from this week is. The person who gets it right will get a shout out in the next video. Alright, now let's get right into it. Starting off with running backs, since I always like to start off with running backs first, we have Justin Jackson. Now, last game that he played, which was versus New Orleans, he got 15 rushes against a very good New Orleans rush defense and 5 catches. That's 20 touches right there for $4,900. And the other starting running back, Jay Kelly, is $5,100. So DraftKings doesn't know which one's the starting running back. And I have no doubt in my mind that Justin Jackson, who's $4,900 against Jacksonville, who does not have that great of a defense, as you can see, 26th against running backs, he will have pop off and have a really good game. Now, J.D. McKissick is an interesting one. I decided to go with him because, after all, he's cheap. He's $4,600, but he catches passes. Antonio Gibson is the main rushing back, but I feel that against Dallas, Washington will fall behind and will have to pass the ball. And if so, J.D. McKissick is your guy. He will go out, run out of the backfield, catch passes, and do everything, and add like 8 carries, which is really, really nice. And so, he'll get, say, 8 catches, which in DraftKings is a full PPR. So that's 8 points right there. With 50 yards, you're staring at 13 points for $4,600. You could not ask for a better stat line than that. And he is just a great value pick for his cheap price. Now, in cash games, you never really want to stack guys. As you can see from I have Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins and McKissick and McLaurin. But DeAndre Hopkins, man, oh wow, he is so good. He has been averaging 10 targets a game for 83 yards. That's incredible. That's so insane. He's got the perfect formula. He is going against a very high-powered offense, that being the Seattle Seahawks. Number 1 target against a terrible defense. Seattle was 32nd against the pass. And it's going to be a very tight game, and Arizona and Seattle are both going to be throwing a lot. And so DeAndre Hopkins is the main target of Kyler Murray, so DeAndre Hopkins will catch a lot of passes. Alright, and Deontay Johnson now. I know, look, you guys are like, oh, but what about Chase Claypool? That remains to be seen. But for $4,200, Deontay Johnson, whoa, boy, is that a steal. Before he got injured, he was the second most targeted man in football. Second most targeted receiver in football, my bad, sorry. And the only reason why Claypool came in is because he got injured. And so I feel that if Deontay Johnson comes back, Chase Claypool will not be as much of a problem. But as I said, we don't know, and that may or may not happen. Through the first 3 games, he averaged 8 targets with 4 catches a game. That is a very nice stat line, especially for his very, very cheap price point. And he's versing Tennessee, which doesn't exactly have the best pass defense, 28th against wide receivers. Now, Terry McLaurin, I am stacking twice, but for good reason. In cash games, you generally don't want to, but I really like Terry McLaurin. He's versing the horrible Dallas defense. 31st against wide receivers, absolutely terrible. Averages 9 targets. For reference, DeAndre Hopkins averages 10. Like, wow. McLaurin only averages 1 target less than Hopkins a game. And McLaurin averages 6 catches on top of that. For $5,800, the value is incredible. He's also the only pass catcher on Washington that's a receiver. And he's basically their only offensive weapon. And for the price, all of you guys should have Terry McLaurin on your lineup. Now, let's do quarterback. Kyler Murray. He is $7,100, so a bit on the pricier side, but he's going to be throwing all day against Seattle's extremely high-powered offense. He's averaging 248 passing yards a game, with 1 passing touchdown per game. His rushing makes up for this low passing stat point, though. On average, he rushes 8 times a game for 61 yards and a touchdown. Now, that's incredible right there. He is the new Lamar Jackson. It's not Lamar Jackson who's the new Lamar Jackson. It is Kyler Murray. And Seattle is the 32nd worst passing defense. So it's a dream matchup come true. And he's going to be throwing all game. And he's going to have a lot of offense. And so this is a perfect game for him to pop off. Alright, now for Travis Kelce, the tight end. I went with this pick because Kittle, as you guys know, is versing New England, and he is going to be covered by Stephon Gilmore, I think, and won't do as well. Now, Travis Kelce, last game, when he versed Buffalo, had 7 targets for 5 catches. That's incredible. Incredible. And the game before that, he had 12 targets with 8 receptions. Travis Kelce is your guy. He's versing Denver, who is weak against the 14th against Titans, so they're about average. But it's Denver, and so Travis Kelce will get in on the action. And personally, I feel that you cannot really go wrong with Travis Kelce because he will return his value. Now, the flex, this might be one of my favorite players, Kenny Golladay. Now, Kenny Golladay is versing the Atlanta defense. They're so bad against the pass. They are 30th against the pass. That's so terrible. It's going to be a close game. Atlanta will score on Detroit's bad defense, and Detroit will score on Atlanta's bad defense. He's only $6,700, so he's not that expensive, and you are getting the red zone target and the just all-around only really good receiving threat on Detroit. And not only that, but he will guarantee you some safe points because, as I said, he is a red zone person. And week 5 they had their bye, and weeks 1 and 2 he got injured. But as you see, over the weeks that he's played, 7, 8, and 6 targets. That's 21. So he's averaging 7 targets a game. And that's for $6,700. That's a bargain steal. 7 targets a game and a lot of red zone targets. Wow, that's great. So we had no money left, and so we decided to go with the Houston Texans. They're basically a punt play, but they do have 16 sacks on the year. As you can see, they've gotten sacks in every single game, which I find really nice. And so they have 16 sacks, which is better than all the other on their price point. And frankly, the Houston Texans defense, all they need to do is just sack the quarterback a little bit, and they should do really well. And another thing about Houston's defense is the fact that, yeah, they're versing Green Bay and stuff, but it's a punt play, so it's not really that bad. But alright, if you have made it to this far in the video, please do consider smashing that red subscribe button, followed by the bell icon, and do, please, if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up down below. It really helps support this channel, and I cannot stress upon you guys how important it is and into this channel's development and growth. And also, don't forget to comment down below, who do you think is going to be the highest scoring player on the main slate, so only the Sunday morning games. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there and have a great day.